welcome back to Omoshiroi Recap. Today, I will recap Love After World Domination. The story begins with Fudou Aikawa and Desumi Magahara having just started dating, but they must keep their relationship secret. Fudou, nicknamed Red Gelato, is the leader of Gelato 5, a group of heroes dedicated to protecting Japan. On the other hand, Desumi, nicknamed the Reaper Princess, is one of the leaders of the Gekko Warriors, an evil secret society determined to rule the world and considers Gelato 5 its biggest enemy. As they pretend to be sworn enemies, Fudou and Desumi sneak away from the battle to spend time together. Then Fudou said that according to his research, couples should hold hands. Desumi was hesitant because she was too shy to hold his hand. Their hearts pounded, but they got distracted and fought. After the blue gelato left, they stopped pretending to fight and were excited to see they had finally managed to hold hands. 1 week before, Culver and Bear and Reaper Princess attacked the park. Gelato 5 quickly arrived and transformed into a superhero in 5 colors. Then they fought against the enemies fiercely and easily defeated the other villains, but the Reaper Princess was powerful. Even Fudou is the strongest hero of the others can't beat her. When Fudou fights, he is attracted to her sexy body and falls in love with her. After the battle, Fudou begins to exercise. Gelato 5's leader, Professor Big Gelato, suggests Fudou do something other than exercise. He was surprised to know that Fudou was in love with someone. Big Gelato asked him to confess his feelings immediately. That night, Fudou invited the Reaper Princess to meet him alone. She thought Fudou would have a duel with her. When Fudou confessed his love, she was surprised to hear that. The people around her were so afraid of her that she thought she would never have the chance to fall in love. But Fudou follows her social accounts and finds out that she is a high school student named Desumi, who is an adorable girl. So Fudou earnestly declares his love for Desumi. Desumi, who always craved a relationship, immediately accepted it even though Fudou was her enemy. The forbidden love affair begins. Fudou and Desumi always make eye contact when fighting. With that, they fought without hurting each other, and one could see they were fighting fiercely. After that, they moved to another place. Desumi wanted to take a photo with Fudou like any other couple. But a yellow gelato named Misaki meets them, and Desumi pretends to faint, having been defeated by Fudou. The TV station came to interview Fudou. The girl said that Fudou has a lot of female fans. Hearing that made Desumi feel sad. To cheer her up, Fudou would do anything for her. Desumi blushed and asked him out on a date. Fudou immediately agreed, but the problem was that Fudou didn't know what dating was. While looking for a solution on the internet, Misaki approached him and told him that there are no set rules in dating. Do things that both people can enjoy together. Fudou finds a way to date. He thinks Desumi, as a supervillain, must like sports. So he takes Desumi to the gym, and they work out together all day. They even eat protein snacks suitable for exercise. Before eating, Desumi wanted to go to the toilet, and Misaki suddenly called Fudou. She said there are still some basic rules to follow in dating. For example, wearing neat clothes, don't choose activities that make other people sweat, and, more importantly, they have to choose a decent restaurant. Fudou suddenly felt sad thinking about his disappointment in Desumi for his stupidity. He immediately wanted to meet Desumi, but Fudou thought Desumi was angry and left him. It turns out Desumi went to buy a drink. Then Desumi said that she was happy to be dating Fudou. At that time, Fudou felt moved, so he wanted to kiss Desumi. But Gelato 5 and Gekko called them to prepare for battle. Even though their date had to stop, they agreed to have sweeter dates. It's been 2 weeks of no battle between Gelato 5 and Gekko. It made Fudou feel lonely because he couldn't meet Desumi. Suddenly, Gelato 5 gets an order to infiltrate Gekko's headquarters and destroy their newest weapon. Fudou immediately volunteered to take on the mission alone because, for him, it was an opportunity to meet Desumi. A few moments later, Desumi was surprised to see Fudou infiltrating Gekko's base. Desumi immediately took him to her break room and asked why Fudou was there. He replied that he missed Desumi, and Desumi also felt the same way. They played cards together like an average couple. Suddenly, the Gekko members wanted to report that there was an intruder at the base. Desumi immediately sat on Fudou's face to prevent him from being found. However, Culver and Bear came into the room to check. Desumi had to hide with Fudou in her locker with their bodies pressed against each other. Fudou accidentally touched Desumi's bra. She punched Fudou until he was thrown from the locker. He accidentally dropped the Culver and Bear, which activated the rocket launcher and caused an explosion at Gekko's headquarters. Supreme Leader Bossler was furious and wanted to launch a counterattack immediately. He asked his subordinates to determine the location of the next attack. Desumi suggested several places, such as aquariums and amusement parks. Bossler says they need negative human emotions to create new monsters and increase their strength. So they believe Desumi chose the amusement park to spoil people's happiest moments into negative emotions, when in fact, Desumi only wants to date Fudou. When the day of the attack arrives, Desumi immediately meets Fudou to fight him. But Misaki and Haru are also there. They will fight Culver and Bear. At the same time, Desumi and Fudou pretended to fight and then changed their combat clothes in a quiet place, so that the main characters can have fun in the amusement park, and the side characters fight fiercely until the sunset. At the end of their date, the Culver and Bear group had been ultimately defeated. However, Haru accidentally finds a photo of Fudou with a girl at the amusement park. Desumi hides her true identity and is just an ordinary high school girl. While on the street with her classmates, she saw Fudou hanging out with a beautiful girl. Desumi thought that Fudou had cheated on her and ran away in anger. But actually, that girl is a pink gelato named Haru. A few moments later, they battled. Desumi immediately attacked Fudou with all her might as if she had a personal grudge. She was distraught and angry when she saw Fudou with another girl. Fudou tried to calm her down by hugging her, saying that he would never change his heart and only love Desumi for the rest of his life. Eventually, Desumi stopped being angry. Instead, she wanted to go on a date with Fudou wearing a school uniform. Suddenly, there is Haru beside them. Of course, their forbidden love affair has been known to Haru. Fudou thought everyone would hate him, but when he returned to Gelato 5 headquarters, they still didn't know about it. Haru didn't tell anyone about the forbidden love affair between Fudou and Desumi. A few days later, Fudou tells Desumi about it. Simultaneously, Desumi senses someone is watching them. Therefore, she asked Fudou to buy a drink. After that came Haru, who immediately invited Desumi to a duel. Unfortunately, her fighting skills are weak, so Desumi can beat her easily. Haru says that she likes Fudou, and the reason Haru doesn't reveal their relationship, because Desumi once saved her from thugs, and she knows that Desumi is a good person. So Haru doesn't want to destroy their relationship and fully supports it. Even so, she still doesn't give up. If there is a chance, Haru will snatch Fudou from Desumi. The Gekko criminal organization held a meeting. Supreme Leader Bossler pointed out that Reaper Princess was ranked first because she always participated in all battles and successfully defeated Red Gelato. Beast Princess is hot-tempered. She doesn't accept it and gets annoyed seeing Reaper Princess is consistently ranked first. Meanwhile, her friend Steel Princess is calm and never cares about appearances. But recently, she has become interested in love. It's a shame that Beast Princess isn't interested in that, while Desumi is curious about the person Steel Princess loves. Because of that, Desumi wants to help her to be able to date that person. Then Desumi starts training the Steel Princess to increase her girl power, cooking, aerobics, and doing nails. But the Steel Princess can't learn it. She always hides behind her armor and feels insecure. Desumi didn't give up and persuaded her not to give up. She said that the Steel Princess would find her ability. Ultimately, she took off her armor and intended to express her feelings. Unexpectedly, she has a secret weapon, which is her sexy body. Steel Princess also expressed her feelings to Culver and Bear, and they became lovers. Because of Desumi's good performance, Supreme Leader Bossler wants to promote Desumi to become a gorilla so she can be even stronger. The Desumi family is pleased and looking forward to Desumi's figure becoming a gorilla, but it made her feel stressed. Fudou met her and said that Desumi was very considerate of the people around her, but she should have cared more for herself and done what she wanted. The next day, Desumi refuses to become a gorilla unexpectedly. Supreme Leader Bossler praises her determination to fight to the end with a human body. A few days later, Gelato 5 will be testing a new weapon on the beach. Fudou tells Desumi and wants to have a date with her there. Desumi immediately agreed and gave the information to the criminal organization Gekko so they could go to the beach together. When they got there, Culver and Bear was relaxing with his beautiful girlfriend. Then suddenly, a submarine fired missiles at them. The result of the explosion made Gekko's troops decide to retreat while Desumi met Fudou. He is fascinated by Desumi's beauty and is happy to have such a cute girlfriend. Desumi starts befriending the Gelato 5 squad and watches fireworks with them. At that time, Desumi felt grateful to be able to date Fudou because every day she felt happy. When Desumi met the Beast Princess, suddenly the submarine exploded. She thought that Desumi had done that, so she began to acknowledge her prowess even though Big Gelato had made a mistake that caused fireworks to explode inside the submarine. Daigo, a green gelato, is surprised to learn that Fudou is dating Desumi. He explains that he has known Desumi since a long time ago, and he was the one who taught Desumi her fighting skills. At that time, Daigo was the strongest student in the karate school. Then, one day, a little girl named Desumi came. She said she could always destroy anything instantly. Then Desumi almost took Daigo to heaven with just one punch.
Cool.
Daigo tried to endure the pain so as not to lose his pride. Desumi was happy because she could finally meet someone who could survive her attacks. However, the karate school was closed the next day because Desumi had defeated the owner. While Desumi was very disappointed, Daigo comforted her and said he would continue to train her. After Daigo taught her all the fighting skills and was defeated by Desumi again, Daigo decided to go to Tokyo and never saw each other. Daigo was very scared and didn't want to see Desumi again, but he intended to persuade Desumi to join Gelato 5 to uphold justice. Desumi was interested in the offer because she could stay with Fudou daily, but she feels her friends in the criminal organization Gekko are also important, so she declines the offer. Daigo challenges Desumi to a duel. If she loses, then Desumi must join Gelato 5, and Gelato 5 members must not fall in love with each other. Knowing this, Desumi felt she could not lose and put all her strength into winning. In the end, Daigo was trounced, and Desumi was able to maintain her relationship with Fudou. But a mysterious woman is taking their picture. The mysterious woman sent Fudou a threatening letter and asked him to come to the park alone at night. The beautiful girl Anna threatens that Fudou must break up with Desumi, but Fudou refuses. Anna then offers Fudou to kiss her hand, as she is ready to take a picture as proof. So Anna decided to think about her condition again to let Fudou do other things. The next day, Fudou told Desumi about that. Desumi guessed that the girl liked Fudou. When they meet again, Fudou says that he loves Desumi and it is impossible to fall in love with her. Anna immediately hit him and said that she liked Desumi. It turns out that she is Desumi's classmate. She has no friends at all, but Desumi wants to approach her, so she fell in love with Desumi. After the misunderstanding cleared up, Anna gave up on ruining Fudou's romance with Desumi, so the problem was solved. It turns out that Anna is the hot princess of one of the squad leaders from the criminal organization Gekko. A few days later, Haru wants to study with Fudou to prepare for school exams. Because Desumi also wanted to come along, so she brought them to her house. Desumi lives in Gekko's dormitory, so Haru and Fudou disguise themselves to get in there. They immediately studied together after arriving at Desumi's room, but Haru didn't understand what Fudou was saying.
この X の値が上腕二頭筋だとするだろう。
え？
その場合 Y は何になる？よし、それでいい。
Even though Fudou is smart, he can't teach someone. Even Desumi is the same. In the end, Haru decided to study alone and left them alone in the room. Suddenly Desumi's father arrives with her sister named Urami. Her father is very suspicious of Fudou and asks many things. Knowing Fudou had a close relationship with her older sister, Urami immediately slapped him. She also has the same power as Desumi but is timid and has no fighting skills. After Fudou left there, Urami felt that Desumi had become weak, like an ordinary girl. She admires Desumi's strong figure and is feared by everyone. Therefore, she wants to be like her. The next day, Desumi took Urami shopping in town. Suddenly, Urami got annoyed and left there. When she is sad, a group of men tries to seduce her. Simultaneously, Desumi comes to protect her and trounces the person. Since then, Urami has been happy. Her older sister is stronger than before, even being kind and innocent like a girl. So Urami went home happy but was annoyed with Fudou and intended to get rid one day. Desumi invites Fudou to come to the festival at her school. A moon-shaped statue will be displayed on the last day of the festival. It is said that a couple sitting together on a statue will love each other forever. Hence Desumi and Fudou decided to sit on it together no matter what. On that day, a blue gelato named Hayato followed Fudou to school. Hayato was so handsome and popular that he caught everyone's attention. Fudou tries to avoid his fans and wants to meet Desumi. Seeing Desumi wearing a maid outfit made Fudou very excited. But the fun is destroyed by the Beast Princess, the head of the school's disciplinary committee. She intends to stop the students trying to make out in the school environment. Apart from that, Anna is also a big problem. She always chases Desumi and prevents her from dating Fudou. Desumi asks for help from the Blood Princess to stop Anna. Unexpectedly, they have extraordinary power, resulting in a fierce fight between them.
止めれるもんなら止めてみれば。悪い子。あなた案外力強いのね。
In the end, Desumi met Fudou, because many people in that place had their cosplays instantly changed into Red Gelato and Reaper Princess, pretend to be a cosplayer and sit on the moon statue before everyone. The people there didn't know their identities, so Desumi and Fudou could relax and take pictures together. The Princess of Judgment is extraordinary because she has always worked as a spy. Seeing that she is always alone, Desumi wants to befriend her and invites the Princess of Judgment to her house for a party. Suddenly came Fudou, which surprised them, but Desumi could see that this Fudou was a fake.
上等だ。ここで叩くぞ。
It turns out that the Princess of Judgment has the skill to transform into someone else. Then they partied by eating together and chatting until late at night, and Desumi also gave them scarves as gifts. While the others are sleeping, the Princess of Judgment leaves from there as she is used to living alone. For the first time, she felt the joy of friendship.
また遊ぼうな。断罪。
あ、必ずな。
A few days later, Desumi made an appointment with Fudou to meet, but that day, Desumi suddenly felt dizzy and fainted. Her classmate took her to school's health clinic. The Blood Princess was pleased to be able to take care of her. She treated Desumi like her own child and dressed Desumi in baby clothes. However, it managed to make Desumi fall asleep peacefully, and she was able to recover faster. Worried that Desumi didn't reply to his messages, Fudou decides to meet her at her school. Knowing that Desumi was sick, Fudou tried to accompany her by sitting beside her. Fudou said that he participated in advertising the wedding company. Fudou will be shooting a wedding commercial with a famous female celebrity, including a cake cutting scene. Of course, that made Desumi jealous of Fudou cutting the cake with another girl, so she sadly ran away. When Haru overhears their conversation, she asks Fudou to imagine Desumi cutting a cake with another man. So Fudou realized his mistake and had to reject the advertisement. Big Gelato explains that the company is an important partner and Fudou must accept the job. Realizing he can't refuse, Fudou decides to make his cake so he can cut the cake for the first time with Desumi. On the other hand, the Supreme Leader shows the ultimate monster to all the troop leaders. He looks like a baby and doesn't seem to understand any orders. As soon as he appeared, he threw the Supreme Leader's bossler and destroyed the place. The princesses immediately attack him, but the ultimate monster is unharmed. What's scary is that the ultimate monster swallows Culver and Bear directly and gets its ability. After defeating the others, he left the base. On the other hand, Fudou had finished making the cake and had to head to the shooting location immediately. He tries to contact Desumi but has yet to receive a response. When the time came, Fudou refused to shoot because he didn't want to cut the wedding cake with another girl before Desumi. Suddenly, the ultimate monster destroys the place. Fudou manages to protect the girl and asks her to leave there immediately. Gelato 5 squad gathered together and they launched their own best attack. Even the Beast Princess and Steel Princess attacked together with Gelato 5. Unfortunately, Ultimate Monster was not hurt and swallowed the Steel Princess. He also ate the wedding cake, and his body changed like a cake. At the same time, Desumi appears, and she finds Fudou's cake. Even though the cake is destroyed, she is still deeply moved. Big Gelato suggests they combine weapons to defeat the ultimate monster. After the sword is made, all the Gelato are defeated except for Fudou. He can't wield a sword alone. Desumi comes to help him, taking the sword and slashing the ultimate monster. Defeating the ultimate monster that looks like a cake can be considered special for them to fulfill their wish to cut the cake together. After defeating the ultimate monster, he spat out Culverin Bear with the Steel Princess, then turns into a baby who treats Fudou and Desumi as a father and mother. And that is the end of the video. Remember to subscribe and like this video, so see you in the next video.